I'm going to be doing an updated video on what are the best playoff cards to be investing in right now in NBA 2K23 Myteam to potentially make you guys some MT when the playoffs are done, or just game by game, you might be able to make some MT with these investments, and just what are the best cards to be investing in. So the first team I do want to talk about is going to be the Denver Nuggets. Now I just want to say these are going to be, in my opinion, my just guesses and predictions. I can't obviously predict the future of what's going to happen in the NBA. A player could get injured, a player could go cold, a player could go red hot, and these are just going to be, in my opinion, cards that I might invest in, and I would just recommend looking to invest in if you guys have some MT and maybe want to make some as well, because there's really no ways to make that much MT in the game right now. So I feel like, investing could be a solid way. So the first card I do want to talk about is going to be the Galaxy Opal MPJ. He's going to have a big role in this Lakers series. The fact that they're doing the whole thing where they put Rui on Jokic and then they're having, AD on Gordon, I think MPJ is going to have to be the guy, that's going to make a lot of shots in this series. So I do think him as an Evo could potentially be really good, because if this card gets a Dark Matter Evo, the fact that you can find him right here, this is like Loki a snipe, 36,000 MT for a Galaxy Opal MPJ. If he gets a Dark Matter Evo, he's actually going to be one of the best playoff Dark Matter Evos in the game, because he's already a really good small forward. He's 6'10", has all around great stats and badges. His jump shot's pretty good. His SIGs are amazing with the Steve Francis size up. So he could be a good investment where if he does actually get a Dark Matter, he could go up to a lot in value. And if you can get him for like 36, 45, 40,000 MT, somewhere in that price range, I think he could be a solid investment if he does have at least one crazier game in the Lakers series. And also looks like the Nuggets are favored, to make it out of the conference finals. And I would honestly take them with how they played in game one against the Lakers. I would low-key take them to win the chip. I mean, they're looking like a very legit championship level team. And if they're going to win a chip, I think MPJ, with Jokic having to probably be more of a playmaker in game two and just going forward in the series, Jokic is going to get, made a playmaker. So I think guys on the Nuggets are going to have to make shots. And I think MPJ is going to be one of those guys that do so. Another player on the Nuggets that has been having crazy performances in the playoffs, and that is this Bruce Brown card. Now I think you can get his ruby or his pink diamond for around 10 to 15k. And he's a Galaxy Opal right now, and I would not be surprised if he gets another Evo. He's already gotten 3 so far, but I would not be surprised with how well he's playing, against the Suns, how well he's playing against the Lakers in that game one. I think him and MPJ are probably going to be the 2 X factors in this series. MPJ, Bruce Brown, I think are going to be the 2 guys that if the Nuggets do win the series are going to be, obviously Jokic and Jamal are going to get theirs, but these are going to be the 2 kind of slept on dark horses to really help the Nuggets, win that series. And I think both potentially could get a Dark Matter Evo. So from the Nuggets, those are the 2 guys that I would probably recommend evoing in, investing in potentially to make some MT if they do get a Dark Matter Evo. And then the last player I do want to talk about from the Nuggets, this is just like a very shot in the dark, but Jeff Green. And the reason why I say Jeff Green is because if you guys watch game 1 of the Lakers Nuggets, you guys will see they pretty much made Aaron Gordon unplayable in that fourth quarter when they did the whole Rui thing on Jokic and AD on Gordon, because now Gordon has to sit in that dunker spot, and now AD can clog up the paint, and it's just going to be a whole different, game plan for the Nuggets on offense. So I think Mike Malone, and I could be wrong, right? I'm not an NBA coach, but I think he might sometimes in the fourth quarter down the stretch, if the Lakers are doing that and it's really working, I think a counter to that would be put Jeff Green in over Aaron Gordon. Yes, you're going to lose some defense, but now you're going to get a guy who can hit those shots somewhat consistently in the corner and space out the floor. So now AD can't just, sit and roam in the paint on Aaron Gordon, who has to sit in the dunker spot. Jeff Green can sit in that corner, and now you got Jokic, on Rui one-on-one. Now they're going to have to help from somebody other than AD, or AD is going to have to help down and then live with the Jeff Green 3. So potentially we could see a Jeff Green game. I don't think he's a smart investment. I'm just throwing it out there that he potentially could have a breakout game, or just have a game where he goes ballistic, because he's going to need to make 4 or 5 threes, and then he could also score some more points. So potentially Jeff Green could get another Evo to a Galaxy Opal or a Dark Matter. Don't really think he is. That's why I'm not saying to invest in him. I'd probably look more so towards an MPJ or a Bruce Brown from the Denver Nuggets. Now, staying in the West, talking about the Lakers, I think the best Evo, or the best playoff card to invest in for an Evo, is easily going to be this Galaxy Opal Rui Hachimura. Whether you want to buy his diamond card for a little bit cheaper, you can actually get his diamond right now for like 8,000 MT, like 8 to 10,000. His opal's about 15k. So whether you want to buy the opal or the diamond, like Evo up the diamond to an opal, or just buy the opal right away, I think Rui Hachimura, just like I was talking about in the you know, for the Nugget side, I think he's going to be getting tons of minutes, tons of play. Like, I think he's going to be the X factor for the Lakers. I think him and Reeves, who we'll talk about here in a second, I think are going to be the X factors. And Rui Hachimura has been playing exceptionally well in the playoffs, but I don't think he's been getting his shine in his minutes. So I could see like a Rui Breakout playoff series potentially happening. If he starts, he gets that starting role on Jokic, you know, plays good defense, and he's a really good offensive guy that can really heat up fast. And I potentially could see him getting another Evo to potentially a dark matter. And once again, just like MPJ, would be a really good small forward in the game. Not some like top tier small forward, but he's got a good jump shot. You know, that Rui base is one of the better bases in the game. So Rui Hachimura, I think, could be a really good investment for only about 10 to 15k. So if he gets a dark matter, goes up to 50, 60k, I think you could be looking at a lot of MT. And then the other guy from the Lakers, I think, is Austin Reeves. Now he's going to be a little bit more expensive to invest in compared to a card like Rui. I think he's around like 30, 35k. Yeah, you can get his pink diamond for like 30,000 MT. I think he could have a crazy good game or two. He's been playing really well in the playoffs. And like I just mentioned, I think him and Rui Hachimura are going to have to be the two guys that really, obviously LeBron, AD going to get theirs. They're going to be the two guys that set the tone. But I think Rui and Reeves are going to be the two difference makers in this Nuggets series. And if they do beat the Nuggets, go into the finals, they also have more chances to get Evo. So those would be the two players on the Lakers I would look to invest in, is going to be Rui Hachimura and Austin Reeves. Now going over to the Celtics, it's going to be Jaylen Brown. I think that's the only card I really want to talk about, is the Jaylen Brown card, because he's got to have a crazy game. I know the Celtics lost game 1. I know the Heat look really good, but the Celtics are still probably favored to make it to the finals. And you would think if the Celtics are going to beat the Heat in probably 6 or 7 games, and then they go into the finals and they potentially win the finals, Jaylen Brown is going to have at least one, I would say at least 2 crazy good performances that do get him up to a dark matter. He's not already a dark matter, so he doesn't need like a crazy 40-point performance. He only needs to score like 36, 35 on good efficiency with some other stats and, you know, rebounds and assists, and he'll get that dark matter Evo. So I think Jaylen Brown is actually a really good investment right now at 60,000 MT, a lot cheaper than he once was, going for over 100,000 MT. I think Jaylen Brown is going to step up, and I think he's due for a dark matter Evo. Some other guys from the Celtics that I could potentially see, not too confident on them, you know, getting Evos, but this Derek White card, I mean, he's a low risk investment, only about 7,000 MT for his diamond, maybe 10k for his opal. And then also Brogdon. I think Brogdon's been playing out of his mind, and I think he'll be a big factor of why the Celtics do beat the Heat and potentially win the NBA Finals if they do get there. So I think Brogdon could also be a solid investment. And then Time Lord Robert Williams, he played pretty good in that game 1. I think he could also get an Evo really cheap for a Galaxy Opal that potentially, if he gets a dark matter, could be a solid dark matter in the game, kind of on that like Kevin Looney type of level at the power forward position. So in my opinion, guys, these are going to be the best cards to investing in right now from the playoff set. Like I said at the start of the video, I'm not saying you guys have to, I'm not saying you guys should 100% invest in these cards, because like I said, it's all luck at that point. It's really how well the NBA players play. I think these are the smartest investments you can make, but just like the stock market, just like trades, you can't always predict what's going to happen. 2K might not give them an Evo if they have a crazy good performance. Like Jaylen Brown might have to score 40 plus points to get that dark matter Evo. He might have a couple 35, 37 point performances, and 2K just don't decide to give him that Evo. So a lot of factors do play, you know, into them getting an Evo, but I think in my opinion, these are going to be the best like 8 to 10 guys to be investing in the playoffs. Let me know in the comment section down below, maybe some cards I missed that you guys think are also good Evos, but you guys think are also some good investments to get Evos. But hopefully this video to help you guys out, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.